Hello, 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 hello. Happy Monday to you, everybody. Today is Monday, June 30th, 2025. Forgive me for the tardy entrance on this day. Technology is not my friend. I'm going to wait until, well, not today anyway. I'm going to wait until a few people come on in to start because my sweet, sweet family over here on YouTube was waiting. And then all of a sudden, I got booted out, and it's a longer story than I want to talk about, but I'm here and I see the folks are rolling on in. So let's get comfortable and say hello. How y'all doing? Alchemist Goddess is here. Grand Rising. Happy day to you as well. I appreciate you for being here. The folks on YouTube, let me know who you is so I can say hello to you as well. I see a couple people on in here. Hi, Robin. Okay, we good. We good. Just wanted to make sure that we was working. Again, today is Monday and it's June 30th. It's 6 days, 7 days to my solar return. My solar return. I'm doing a happy solar return birthday dance in my chair. Ow, ow, ow. What? I'm going to be 55 years young. 55 years young. I just thought I'd have a little celebration to myself and with y'all. What's going on? Okay, Kai. Who's that? Hi. Am I your auntie, or am I like the virtual auntie? I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to. Somebody over here on Instagram. What's happening? Okay, we're going to get started, not necessarily with the weekly rundown, because I do want to allow a few people to come on in. I want to give y'all a few announcements again. I am sliding through the womb because 55 years ago, my mother had me, and I'm so excited to be here and share with y'all and do this thing that we do called life together as I burn myself with sage. Good God Almighty. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Today is a wonderful, wonderful day, and I pray that you are smiling wherever you are, regardless of what's going down. Find a smile deep inside and bring it on out. Why? Because the sun is out and you are alive. You are breathing. Y'all want to know what's happening astrologically this week? Well, hold on. Just wait a minute. Pump your brakes and let me bring on a few announcements. Did you know that I still have that reading special going on? It is lasting all throughout the month of July. You can go ahead and schedule and pay for it via the link here on YouTube, also on IG in the bio. Okay, the link in the bio. Excuse me. My regular readings, 90-minute readings, that is, are $333, and this special is called for $222. That's right. And I'm worth it. It is worth it. Your peoples are worth it. And you are absolutely worth it. What do we do in those 90 minutes? Well, for the first part of it, we talk to your ancestors and guides, get some downloads. The second part of it, we check out your natal chart and whatever is going on. And by the way, Squirrel, did you know that there are several different charts that a lot of astrologers use? By the way, there's solar return charts, there's Mars return charts, there's moon charts. Excuse me for burping. And all these charts basically assist with knowing the type of energy that's returning, the type of energy that is prominent. For instance, if you were to get a Mars return chart reading, in which it's not something that I offer, I'm just giving y'all some information while people roll on in, okay? Mars return, it tells you how your energy, how your execution is going to be for a particular cycle. You did? In any case, we will talk to your ancestors. We'll go through your natal chart as well as a solar return chart if we're close to your birthday. And then lastly, we'll pick 5 cards to do a 5-card tarot spread. Okay, that's all in my 90 minutes. See how much it's like packed full of nuts. That's all in my 90-minute basically special that I'm throwing. Okay, I want to assist y'all in that way. Sign up for it now, because after July is done, it's done for a little while. Trust and believe. Okay, also, you know that I'm going to hit the stage with my friend Cody Chestnut on July 6th here in LA, Venice Beach area. Whew, doors open at 7 o'clock. The pre-sale tickets are selling. I just had an email from the venue, sweet people over at the venue this morning, and we're like close to 140 sold, which means that we're almost close there. You know why? Because the place can only hold 200 people. So if you want to go, you plan on going, please spread the word and tell the birds that you got to get that pre-sale ticket if you want to get in. And don't be like them people trying to text me at the last minute talking about Sonja, I'm at the door. I can't get in. I told you time and time again, get the pre-sale ticket. It's only $12. You spend $12 in your sleep. Come on, y'all. Just get on that ticket. Make sure you're there, okay? Because I can't help you the day of. I will not help you the day of. I got too much going on. My mom's coming in town. I got friends coming in town. My son and his girlfriend is going to be in town. It's a party, y'all. You know what? Because this is my solar return on July 7th. That's right. I can't wait. This is going to be a packed week. And I'm really, really excited about it. What you got going on this week? Any plans for whatever Independence Day could be ensuing? What do you feel independent for? How about that? You gonna celebrate your own independence in your own kind of way? What y'all doing this week? Let me know. I want to know. I want to know. I might come through with some more announcements as I remember them. Right now, I'm a little excited and a little jarred because I had a hard time getting on here today. So I kind of like forgot my script in my mind, but you know, I will squirrel out in a minute. So if I come up with something else, y'all know why. Hello, we're gonna get started. Thank you for coming in here on Instagram. Kind of a couple of people came in and then left, but I appreciate it if you can share this information if it resonates with you. I really, really do. I also appreciate it here on YouTube if you can hit that like button. Hit the like button. What's up, Robin? I said hello to you already. Kimberly Sterling. Just Brianna is here. What's up, cutie pie? And Raisa, Miss Raisa, I'm so glad to see you or see you in the space. That's for sure. Okay, let's get going. Let's get going. If you have any questions, please do yourself a favor and do me a favor because I can't see that well and put a whole bunch of question marks behind the question. All right. Milana is here. Miss Howard, what's going down? Yo, let's talk about this week. July is like this open-ended like feeling of alignment, like things are right on time kind of feel. And let me tell you this, if you're not necessarily feeling that coming up on you, meaning if you're not feeling like life is taking its steps towards the right direction and allowing you to step into the places, the spaces, the parts of your heart and soul where you deem to be, where you want to be, where you've been calling on, I ask y'all to go into some deep, deep prayer because a lot of changes and a lot of rearrangements has been happening within and without. You dig? I mean, can you testify to that? And if so, like tell us, share with us. I'm over here on YouTube too. If the folks on IG don't want to be here, please come through to YouTube at Sonja Marie's Wordlife Astrology page. I'd appreciate that thing there. So July is like the month and when it all kind of like opens up. I talked to somebody the other day and said that it felt like, or it feels like there's like a slow blossoming of a flower. You know, when you do that time speed thing on it's called something else, time lag, time whatever, or on a film or something like that, and the flower is like literally taking maybe like 2 days to blossom, but it looks like it's taking a couple of seconds. That's how I feel. I feel like, I don't know what that sound is. I feel like there's a blossoming that's happening right now, and it's crazy. And I want you to lean into that. I want you to express that more so to yourself and more so to people who ask. Okay, like get that out of you. And the real, okay, yeah. I have so much to talk about. Please ask any questions that you may have in regards to astrology and in regards to what it is that you're feeling about this month that's coming down. I mean, it's something special. And also, before I go into the week, I want to, that's another announcement that I had. If you cannot view my show and Cody's show, well, my show really. Cody is not going to be on this app I'm about to talk about, or this website. If you cannot view my show live on July 6th at the Del Monte, I encourage you to be there in the place. It's nothing like feeling the sweat off my cheek as I give you a hug. But if you're not there, you can stream it live on Stage It. Okay, stageit.com. Search my name, Sonja Marie Live, all together. Sonja Marie Live. Get your tickets now. And get familiar with the website now. So when it's time on 8:30, roundabout 8:15, 8:30 on Sunday, Pacific Standard Time, I'll be able to you'll be able to see us live. Okay, pay what you can. I'm not trying to break the bank, but I am trying to share with y'all. So come on through. Okay, that's the announcement that I wanted to say. Probably one more, but I'll get there. You know I'm perimenopausal, y'all. Anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all real briefly before I get into this week and step back a little bit. Have you been feeling that Mars in Virgo transit? That's a real question. Now, everybody in here, except maybe one or two people, are like, I have no idea what you're talking about, lady. Well, let me lay it out for you. Have you been feeling like you need to get organized? Have you been feeling like, okay, let me stop and call the fire department. No, I'm just joking. But call the oil department, call the gas company, call my car, get some new car insurance, call my teachers, my son's teachers, to set them up for next school so I can be first in line to getting them the best classroom. Call this particular stylist because they have these new sneakers in that I really want to get a jump on. Have you been feeling, and this is a really, really honest question, okay? We talk here, we share as much as we can. The checklist, Kim, thank you for keeping that very concise and simple for me. Have you been standing on business, Zen Just 888? You have Mars in Virgo to thank. Now, if you're a Sag, a Pisces, or a Gemini, or you have some real specific placements in those signs like Sun, Moon, and Rise, excuse me for burping you. I'm sitting here drinking juice. Sometimes it brings up the bubbles. Not trying to be rude. But if you are any of those signs, Sag, Gemini, or Pisces, you may have a hard time with this Mars in Virgo because it calls you to be really, really precise, and it calls you to get on it. It's almost like that feeling of drinking the best cup of tea or the best coffee in the morning, and you're like, okay, let me do the thing. Let me act like I'm alive. Let me put all the things in order. So much so that I honestly have been doing my best to, even though I should be out in the world, squirrel, although my solar return chart says my sun is in the 10th house, which means my career will be very important this year. And also I'll be shining out into the world, the public stage. That's a whole nother situation. But I will tell you, this Mars in Virgo the last couple of days has had me in the house, like doing the checklist, making sure my apartment is nice and ready to receive guests. Make sure that all the things are paid so nobody's calling me going, hey, you owe us $199. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So have you been feeling that way? I absolutely love it. I don't know about you, but I love it only because there are moments in which we can watch the laundry pile. There are moments in which we feel like there's way too much to do, so I'm going to bury myself in the bed. There are moments in which we feel like we're going to just put the middle finger up to all the responsibilities and go out and have a good time and shake a tail feather and wake up the next morning like, damn, I didn't do nothing. Well, this is the moment in which you can take advantage of those checklist situations, those being on your business, you dig? Pause. I'm not here to just tell y'all how wonderful your life is. Squirrel, I'm here to assist and helping you to see that the energies that are around and about, that are transiting us in this moment in time, are here to assist, are here to help, are here to move this humanity, our lives, our creation and evolution along. Does that make sense to y'all? I'm not just bigging up Mars and Virgo. I'm really literally telling you how to utilize it. Does that make sense? All right. I'm so happy. And with that, I mean, honestly, I've been feeling all the things. So lean into that. Also, that Mars and Virgo, I might want to add this too, because I'm being told to, is that moment in which we service people. You know, have you been feeling like, okay, I took care of all of these things. Now I should actually go give that older woman, the elder on the second floor, a bit of my time, about 10 minutes of my time, because she's always wanting to talk. She always wants something. You could tell that she's lonely because she never really listens to what I say. She just wants to talk. And sometimes that's service. Sometimes we can service people just by listening. Sometimes we can service people literally by doing something practical for them, but truly sometimes people just want us in the space. I'm getting a clear download, y'all, and I really wanted to just come on here and do my job, but I'm told to say other things. We are entering a moment in time, and not in which we are being told to walk the talk and talk the walk. Like the things that you've been studying, the books that you've been reading, the courses that you've been taking, the workshops that you've been so emphatically bragging about going to, and everybody is so excited that you're going. All of these things. Now, by the way, when you go to the workshop, are you going to the workshop? Or are you learning from the workshop? Are you applying that to your life? Because that's where I'm going. Spirit said to me in the shower as the things come to me and I start to calm down a little bit and get some information. Like, tell them, please, to take the information that they are receiving and doing something about it. It helps to shake off the conditioning. It helps to shake off the ways in which you thought that you were. Like a lot of people say, oh, this is just who I'm going to be. I'm going to be like this to the day I die. But am I? But are you? But are you? I know y'all just heard elders say that. And I know you said it yourself. I'm just going to be this chick. I'm just going to be this outspoken person. I'm just going to be the one to tell it like it is, which means in essence, you don't want to grow, which means in essence, you don't necessarily want to learn how to communicate differently to people. Just taking that one example about the person who just wants to be who they want to be and communicate how they want to communicate. Is there room to grow? Is there room to learn? So if you've been feeling like there's a blossoming that's happening per the beginning of this rundown, if you've been feeling like Mars in Virgo is allowing you to do the checklist and check off some things that keep you steady, that keep you in alignment, that keep you focused, can you be that person to not only stand on your business, but to stand on your soul, to stand on your heart in this open-ended July Cancer season? Can you stand on your heart? Can you stand on the convictions to be nice to people when everybody in the room wants to be a bitch? Can you stand on your convictions to lend time even though somebody is getting on your nerves? Can you stand on a conviction of being a little bit more compassionate to people? Just a touch. Can you lend and push past this weird veil that you have, that you don't necessarily want to touch people because touching people may involve, crossing a boundary? Can you lean in? Can you let them feel you? I was told by my mentor, and I hope y'all get that last point, but I was told by my mentor that oftentimes, especially water signs, Scorpio, Cancers, and Pisces, communicate through touch. Oftentimes, people who don't communicate well, who have a hard time putting their words together, especially water signs, you can feel their energy through their hands. So I say all that to say, per Spirit's download, we are running out of ways to keep up the front of who we want to present ourselves to be. I'd rather present myself to be this strong person, but I'm really a softie inside. I'd rather present myself to be that person who just doesn't want to get touched, but God damn it, I wish somebody would hug me. I'd rather present myself like I'm rich with all the Gucci bags, but to be truthful with you, I want to be minimalistic and get the fuck up out of this country and live somewhere on an island by myself and a nice man with, a couple of inches. I'm just saying, can you be true to yourself? Can you be true to yourself by standing on what your soul is saying, by standing on what your heart has been percolating in these winter months about? Not the season of winter, but your own personal winter. We all been going through a winter. Am I not? Hello? Is this thing on? Y'all available for me to talk to? Y'all here? I just want to know. Again, I didn't even get into the week because I keep getting smacked upside the head to say one or two or three other things. Excuse me while I take a sip. I just want to know. And honestly, it goes along with Spirit's download. I'm quite bored of walking into rooms where people are still putting up the front. I'm quite bored as we are all evolving. We are all becoming better seers. ¿Verdad? Is that the truth? Do y'all agree? Yes, y'all. As we are evolving, we are being able to see through people, see through situations a little bit better. And sometimes it's a little unnerving because we may not be ready for what it is that we see. Are we talking about it? I'm just saying. So whatever we're seeing on people, first and foremost, is an absolute reflection in some kind of way. So that means if we're seeing something that's phony, something that's being put up, maybe we're being a little bit phony. Maybe we're being a little bit standoffish. Maybe we can stand on our soul, like I'm asking, and break through this mode of saying, you know what, I want to hug you right now. Can I hug you? Make it weird. Make it uncomfortable. Stand on your heart, y'all. We don't have time to be acting phony and full of shit with people. I mean, oh God, I can preach so much and I really don't want to because I really want to get to some of these facts as I've been told. Oh, here's another announcement I forgot. I am going to begin time stamping these per a couple of people's wonderful suggestion. I asked 2 weeks in a row if you can email me, please, and let me know what I can do to improve my channel. And a couple of people have, and I've taken them on the challenge of two things. Time stamping the information so you can go straight to Monday, straight to Tuesday, straight to Wednesday. You dig? Thank you, Mary. How you doing, homie? Straight to Thursday, okay? And you can skip some of the downloads that I do. And also I've taken up, I'm going to do my eclipse specials per membership. Because I feel like I give a lot of energy when I do my eclipse specials. They last for 2 hours sometimes. And literally, y'all, I'll get off of here and get $20. I'm not a money hungry person, but I do have a lot of time and a lot of energy that I put out. And I just want to be reciprocated in some kind of way because y'all are, if you didn't know that, my living. Yeah. My source of living, if you didn't know. That's why girls trying to get back on stage and do other shit. But the bottom line is, you know, I give this from my heart. So we're going to have memberships for specials. We're going to continue to do this for free. And I'd love for you to pour in by engaging with everybody. I'd really, really appreciate that. Okay. By sharing the information, by liking it, by keeping the algorithm going, because I want to be on here and I want to share with y'all as much as possible. Okay, so those are the two changes that we're going to do. Spirit is in my ear so fierce today, y'all. I can't even slow down, but I have to. Or else I can't think. Okay, so reviewing that Mars in Virgo, how about it couples today on Monday? 6:30. Yep, it's June 30th, right? With the moon in Virgo. The moon is in Virgo. Hi, Angie. How you doing? Hi, Roxy. Hi, Jessica. I'm glad y'all in here. What's up, Brittany? Thank y'all for being in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So today, Monday, there are no aspects, but we could talk about that moon in Virgo that's coupled with Mars in Virgo. It's a big deal. It's not necessarily conjuncting today. No, it'll be conjuncting on Saturday. But is that true? Sonja, you're jumping ahead. Keep it focused. Keep it focused. The moon in Virgo today allows us to feel a way in which we are logical about our feelings, if that's a way. That's very, very interesting. People with moon in Virgo are very interesting people. I'll explain that another day. But the moon in Virgo transitly has us all, yes, becoming more organized, a little bit more detailed oriented. We could lean on to the critical side. So be careful of being too critical to people today. All right. And I say be careful only because not everybody believes that criticism is helpful. Only practical people do. A lot of practical people, or people who, don't really give a hell about what you're talking about in the first place, right? But criticism sometimes can be incredibly helpful if it comes with a solution. So today with the moon in Virgo, if you find yourself being critical, if you find yourself discriminating, you find yourself being a little bit picky, balance it out with a little positivity so you can keep the energy flowing in an evolved type of way, okay? No aspects today, so let's move on to Tuesday. Any questions, let me know. Tuesday, the moon will be in Virgo up until about 5:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then the moon goes into Libra. Now the fun begins. Let's do the thing. With the moon in Virgo for the most part of tomorrow, that's Tuesday, right? It's going to trine Venus. What that means is expression of the moon and passion and love and money of Venus and beautiful things are all practical. Practical and dependable love lends to servicing the heart. Practical and dependable love lends to servicing the heart. So again, if you want to meet an elder tomorrow, again, if you want to assist somebody by folding their clothes, again, if you want to just, I don't know, do some research, get some details for somebody who needs some information. That's a Gemini thing, but it's also a Virgo thing because Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury. Let it go over your head if it confused you. Don't worry about it. But I want y'all to lean into that. It also actually coincides with my download Spirit just hit me with. The fact that when we stand on our soul and we do the things that may seem weird, and we're breaking the conditioning of our mother saying, don't get too close. Don't say too much. Be invisible. Don't be too bright. Don't be too loud. Don't wear those clothes. Don't be too offensive. When we start to break those conditionings on Tuesday, when the moon and Venus comes together, it's a practical type of expression that says, I can actually break the conditionings of what it is that I had before and stand on something that's logical and that's rational and that is specific to me. Because when Virgo, the moon, and Venus, Taurus comes together, they not only want to live out loud, they want to live out loud in a way that it doesn't offend anyone. I hope that makes sense. I really, really hope that makes sense. Because there's a way to be yourself without offending. Squirrel. Oh, I'm hot today, y'all. I was walking down the street the other day, and like I said, the trees speak to me. There's this tree that literally has busted up the entire sidewalk. When I tell you, you got to go up and down, like almost on a 45-degree angle, I'm like, look at this beautiful thing. I touched the tree, and the tree said, you should be big like me. And I said, what? All of a sudden, I just heard him. You should be big like me. And I was like, word, I should. No, really, you should. That's what I'm talking about with this moon trine in Venus. It's practical earth sign love that says be big like this tree. Stand tall in the middle of the street. And if they don't like it, fuck them. If they don't like them, let them walk around you. If they don't like it, let them climb up that 45-degree angle on the sidewalk and climb down on the other side. If they don't like it, let them go. Does that make sense to y'all? Because practical energy doesn't ask for permission to do anything. Practical energy, practical Venus meets practical moon says, I'm just going to love in the way that I am called to love. I'm going to be in the way that I am called to be without your explanation or your validations, without anything coming towards me where I need to explain myself. You understand what I mean? I hope this makes sense. Tomorrow, that moon in Virgo also trines Uranus. Lean into the change and adjustments of serving, reactions to assist another being That assist another feeling seen. Let me read that again. Lean into the change and adjustments of serving the reactions of others to assist another in feeling seen. People just want to be seen. That hit me so hard last night when I was writing these notes. People just want to be seen. And when you're standing on your soul, per that message that comes through, when you're standing on your soul and you, without words, just with your energy, are being seen for the unique person that you are, you're giving permission for everybody else to be seen. Don't you want to be that person that gives people permission to just celebrate themselves? So they can offer that back to you in some type of way. With Uranus trining up the moon, it's saying make these adjustments, make these ways about you, these changes, these switch, these unique, innovative ways, personalities, ways of your personality to just be out there, to be shown, to be one with. So what? So you can shine, so you can move into this act of evolution. Evolution cannot happen not unless we give it permission to. And that permission is the surrender that we have been exercising for the last couple of months. Are y'all hearing me? I know sometimes I go backwards to go forward, but if y'all been listening to me, y'all know I move like a crab because I'm a Cancer. So the bottom line is that we have been preparing for this moment to stand on our business, to make these shifts and adjustments. We have been preparing. We have been. And now it's time to just shine in that thing, to service who? Yourself and other people, to be seen without feeling weird about it, feeling vulnerable with it, feeling open and loving about it. Also tomorrow, Tuesday, Sonja, the moon is opposition Saturn and the moon is opposition Neptune. Balance your disciplines tomorrow to achieve your dreams. It's healthy if you can do both. Balance your discipline. Let me tell you, this is an example, and I'm not just bragging, but this is just something that came up a couple of days ago, and it's a very good example. I have found for myself that it's a lot easier to perform at 55 years young, almost 55 years young on July 7th. I have found that in order to perform, I have to do vocal exercises. I was telling my sister this the other day. I have to do exercises, vocal exercises, and I got to get in that pool to strengthen my lungs. Why? Because my very first show out of the gate for a while in February, oh my God, I was turning around like, bitch, breathe. What the hell's going on with my lungs? Discipline. I had to get disciplined with my body to live my dreams. Sometimes we have to be disciplined. We have to show up. We have to do the exercises. We have to be bored sometimes in doing these exercises. We got to feel like it's over and over and over and over again. So you can do what? So you can strengthen your mind, your body, and your soul. So when your opportunity comes, the opportunity comes your way, you are prepared. Are y'all hearing me? Tuesday, tomorrow, it will call for you to find balance in what it is that you are disciplined about, what your dreams are, and your emotions. You may not be feeling too disciplined, but I swear it will work for you. You may not be feeling that you want to pray. You may not be feeling like, I got to call this person one more time. I got to call the IRS one more time and stay online and listen to that whack ass jazz that they play sometimes for about an hour and 16 minutes. But damn it, you got to do it, because the discipline in waiting is the difference between you being broke and them trying to chase after you and you being responsible by paying, a few dollars a month for some back taxes. Y'all understand where I'm going, right? Am I talking too much? That's what I want to know. You want me to slow down or something? Y'all talk to me like I'm in your face, please. I need to know y'all here. Lean into the discipline tomorrow is what I'm saying. And for the rest of this week, by the way, again, you may not want to feel like it. The moon is feel and it's opposition, the feel. Saturn and Neptune is opposition to moon. So it's trying to find balance, but you can do it. And you'll see the benefits and the rewards after it. Thank you, Ann Weissman. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Raisa. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Rox. Okay, so tomorrow, knowing that, keeping that in mind, I appreciate the feedback. Keeping that in mind, that moon, staying with that feeling of, oh, okay, let me find a balance. Let me figure it out. Let me do the work. Let me go walk for 20 minutes because Sonja said it might feel good. Don't do it because Sonja said. I ain't Simon, motherfucker. Don't do it because I said. Do it because Spirit says. Do it because your inside says. And do it knowing that you are going to feel better afterward, and you would absolutely create a different reward and an outcome for it. You did? Because why? By the end of the day, if you can do that thing, here's the moon trining Pluto going retrograde. Come on now, making you feel powerful. Now, the type of power that you may feel after staying with your disciplines, after staying with your dreams, after staying on par with your imagination, doing the things to balance out the discipline and the dreams, right? That power in reverse, Pluto was going retrograde, that power in reverse will come back at you almost like this is the corner that we're going to turn. Did y'all hear me? Sonja, slow down. I think you're too much for the people today. Pluto has been going retrograde for a couple of months now, right? It's going to go direct in October 12th, I believe. I said the 10th earlier, but I believe it's the 12th, right? When it goes direct, it wants to know that you have learned all the things that you need to know about your power, how to reel in your power, how to understand your power a little bit differently. Listen to what I'm saying. Tomorrow, when the moon is opposition Saturn and Neptune, telling you to be disciplined about your dreams, it's also going to trine up Pluto going retrograde, saying if you can be disciplined about your dreams, that's when you can relocate the power in you. Staying with my example, so I'm doing these weird, excuse me for burping, y'all. I'm doing these weird R&B riffs and runs that you can do on YouTube. Do I sing like that? No. Do I sing like that, y'all? Mm-mm. Don't even ask me to sing like that. But what it's helping me to do is when I sing my own simple little melodies that I do on stage, it's keeping it going. But it's keeping it exercised. It's keeping the vocal cords like not tight, loose in a way in which even the simple things sound that much more butter. You get what I'm saying? So check this. With that example, and the moon trine and Pluto in reverse tomorrow, what I felt when I was doing those exercises is this weird ass power surge that literally came from my first chakra all the way up my body to my throat. Y'all may think I'm crazy. There's one or two people that's saying, I'm about to get out of here because Sonja ain't making no sense today. I urge you to just stay with me because somehow, some way, I'm speaking to you. But that weird surge was power. That weird surge that was coming up my body was the connection. That weird surge was the discipline combined with my imagination, combined with the reason why I'm doing this, so I can feel this in my body and my body can go, bitch, this is why we sing. This is why we express. This is why we do poetry. So you can connect with that feeling. And once that feeling hits and you deliver it, everybody else will feel that. I'm giving you examples, okay? Using myself. Kundalini rising. Let's go. Right, Kim? You understand? So I ask you to look for that power that ensues in you tomorrow. Even if you go to bed and go, I felt like I had a good day. I completed some things. I cleaned the house. I did this. I made a phone call. I stood my ground. I hugged this lady in a weird way and she started crying because she needed it. I feel good. I feel powerful. I feel in my body. You get that? I hope so. On Wednesday, the moon in Libra will take hold. Yeah, nice and right all day long because the moon in Libra has to deal with partnerships, y'all. The moon in Libra has to deal with being diplomatic. The moon in Libra has to deal with Charm. I love Libras for that. Libras are the most charming motherfuckers out there. I'll be truthful with you. I love Libras for their charm. They're very, 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 very much of a leader when it comes to their charm. However, you got to be careful with that moon in Libra and it being charming in the way that it is. Because, like everything, there's an up and a down. There's a good feeling about the charm, and then there's a weird feeling about the charm because sometimes that charm can be manipulative. And I'm only bringing that up because that moon is going to be adversely aspected on Wednesday. The moon will square up the sun on Wednesday. The sun is in Cancer, and the moon in Libra is always a square. Cancer and Libra is always a square, which means they're 90 degrees away from each other in the sky, which means they don't like each other, and they present some type of contention, some type of friction, you dig, for one energy to see the other energy. Right? To Wednesday, when the moon says, let's be charming, let's be diplomatic, let's be in people's faces, let's get the information, let's manipulate with our words, let's manipulate in a way in which we already know what people think. Let's try to get over on them in a way in which, like, let me hook on to you, become codependent, and manipulate you to think that you need me and I need you so I can have you do my work. Do y'all know that Libra energy? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Where the sun in Cancer is like, no, we don't need to act like that. Here's the contention. The sun in Cancer is like, all we need to do is be open, stand on who we are, stand on our weird ass way of loving and being affectionate, stand on the mother and the nurturing abilities that we have. Whereas Libra, the moon is like, I don't want to do all of that. Can't we just be charming and cackle a little bit and say a few choice words and flirt? No, the sun is like, there's no substance in that. Do you get that? Understand that? Wednesday, watch for that. Because if the sun is leading the way, in which it is, we're sun sign Cancer. We're sun season Cancer. If the sun is leading the way, the moon is going to have a problem with the sun taking over when it wants to fight for leadership. Both Cancer and Libras are leaders. The moon, the emotions want to fight for leadership. So on Wednesday, if you feel like your emotions are getting caught in a bunch because ain't nobody paying attention to how suave you are, how diplomatic you are, how much you want to sacrifice for the whole group, how much you want to be acknowledged for that shit, then you're going to have a problem. You might get your feelings hurt a little bit too much. You dig what I'm saying? Watch out for that. That's a real deal. On Thursday, the moon stays in Libra, and there are no aspects on Thursday. So I'm going to say, in a real way, maybe, possibly, that's the day in which things can get smoothed out. There will be less of a contention to the sun, and that moon in Libra can kind of sit comfortably in the partnerships, in the diplomacy, in the mental care that you want to give to people without it fighting the sun, without it fighting that cancering, nurturing energy, and there can be some type of balance some way, somehow. So if something went off on Wednesday, Thursday's a day to apologize. Thursday, the day is to find a balance. Thursday is the day to come back and say, you know what? How about both of our opinions could be right? How about both of our perspectives could be right? And we need to apply it in a way in which, can help us a different time, a different day, another way. Is this making sense? Y'all there? Hi, Miss Irene. How you doing? As a matter of fact, them power surges are coming. Miss Irene, I want to squirrel out real quick and say I was on the phone with my mom. I called her. My mom's a nurse over 40 years, retired right now. And I got on the phone when I was like, Mom, I'm feeling a little dizzy. She told me to drink some water, take some salt. That helped a little bit. But that dizzy feeling lasted almost all day. And the thing about that dizzy feeling, right, as I was walking around, walking the dog, and being really dizzy, I can feel myself floating. I can feel flirting and floating. I can feel myself floating and finding the power surges coming through my body, Miss Irene. Some may not like the way I talk. Some may not understand what I'm saying, but I will tell you this much. Your girl is tapped in like all of y'all are. Like all of us out are. And pay attention to what your body is going through nowadays. That's all I'm going to say. The power surges are happening. Okay, so on Thursday, with no aspects happening, we're gonna move on to Friday, which is July 4th. I don't know if y'all celebrate. I do not. At the very least, I may go over a friend's house and sit back and just yeah, and just be lazy for a little while, maybe. If not, I'm gonna be home because America ain't treating us the way we need to be treated. So why should we celebrate? That's my little backstory. I mean, my thoughts behind it. But hey, who am I? Sonja Marie. On Friday, that moon though goes into Scorpio at 5:33 a.m. Friday, the moon goes into Scorpio at 5:33 a.m. That's interesting. For Friday, July 4th celebration. A lot of deep feelings. A lot of deep feelings. A lot of determination. A lot of extremes. Did you know that Scorpio only really deals with extremes? Do y'all know any Scorpio? So when we talk about the moon being in Scorpio, this is everybody's feeling. It's a transit feeling. How you handle it is on you. How you assess it, work it out is only on you. Okay. But that moon on Friday, July 4th, wants to be a little deep, to go a little deep, to go a little extreme. So you're either at a party having a good ass time or you're home under the covers. You're either, talking to people, out and about on the beach and just, being your flighty and open self, or literally you got your head in a book and you're learning some deep concepts and you're allowing the evolution to happen within your mind, body, and soul. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Are y'all hearing me? That Scorpio situation, isn't that interesting? That Scorpio situation, it does its number on people because it allows you to pull back, to get tucked back and see things that not everybody is seeing. And maybe everybody is seeing it, but they just don't want to talk about it. Right? So what kind of environment would you like to be around when you see people? That's the question for Friday. What type of environment do you want to be around if the veil is really thin with the moon in Scorpio and you have an opportunity to see people, to see yourself, and people can see you? That's the flip side too. Squirrel, don't you know so many arrogant humans think that they are walking around in a goddamn bubble and can't nobody see their fuck ups? Can't nobody see their weird ass conditionings? Can't nobody see their mistakes? Can nobody see their immaturity? That you are so smart that you are going to talk away and basically intellectualize your way through anything. You understand? When the moon is in Scorpio, for sure, you can't you can't dodge it. People see you, boo boo. People see you. Does that make sense to anybody? There's really no time to dodge from folks. You can't dodge from yourself. You can't dodge from other people. People see you. So you might as well be totally who you are. As I say that, and the reason why I'm being a little dramatic right now, because there's so much information that's going through my body, y'all. I really don't think that I can say it all. I'm doing my best, right? Check this out on Friday. The moon goes in Scorpio, like I said, 5:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Venus goes into Gemini until July 30th. That's a word. And Neptune goes retrograde for a little bit of time, sometime in the evening. Let's talk about that. Real short, values become light and social while delusions run rampant. That's a cocktail for some type of weird ass mashup that may have you pregnant in a few weeks. I'm just saying, let me say that again. Your values become light and social, almost non existent, Gemini style. Venus goes into Gemini, which means value and worth and beauty, right? Value, worth, and beauty and money becomes light, superficial, airy, compartmentalized. I love Venus and Gemini for one aspect because people are not taking things too seriously. Even though they got that little the dip on the same day of Scorpio, we value the lightheartedness of things. Isn't that an interesting little mashup? Where our moon and our emotions want to go deep on that day, But what we desire is to stay light and airy. That's a weird little mashup. And at the same time, Neptune is going retrograde on that day. Neptune deals with confusions and delusion. Neptune deals with imagination and music. That's a fucking confusing ass day, July 4th. Do I want to be home? Do I want to deal with these people? I feel way too sensitive. I don't want to go out. But if I go out, I'm going to tell Aunt Maddie off. If I say this, then Aunt Maddie's going to be mad at me. But what am I really mad at her? Confusion. What am I really mad at her about? I don't know. Gemini Venus says, just keep it light. Keep a bottle together. I mean, in your hip. Keep a bottle by your hip. Just drink. Just smoke a joint, just pull back, just observe everybody. But what you observe, please do not comment too much on. Ooh, that's a weird ass day. Y'all want to hear the rest of it though? Just those situations alone is weird. Any questions on that? Did I say that too fast? Did you not catch my little rundown real quick within the rundown? I need y'all to talk to me. That is really, really interesting. When Neptune for show itself is going retrograde, it's already a confusing, kind of diluted, kind of cloudy, kind of imaginative escapism type of planet, right? When it goes retrograde, it even takes that and goes tenfold. But to be truthful with you, the deeper meaning behind all of the confusion, once the dust settles, you find out where you can live your art again. You find out where you can live in your music again, in your creativity, in your imagination. Now, squirrel, that's why my residency is called Artist Way. I can only use myself as a reference right now, y'all, so please don't think it's just like some Leo ego shit. But I'm just bringing up Sonja as an example because I'm living my life. So the Artist Way, my residency, is about going back to the art, going back to the creativity that you harbor, that you were born with, that you know of. Everybody, not just Sonja. Not just Sonja. Neptune, is this not apropos for Neptune to go reverse, trying to get you to review your art, to review your imagination, to review your artist's way? When I make up my mind to find the artist's way, I am safe inside. I make my heart lead the way. When I make up my mind, I make my heart lead the way. When Neptune goes retrograde, it's saying make up your mind to let your heart, let your creativity, your imagination lead the way. You make it cloudy at first. For the first couple of days, it might be cloudy. But make up your mind to find your heart in it all. Because your heart is what's going to lead the way for the rest of your life to have you do what? Have a good ass life, a life that you can approve of, other than sitting back going, I wish I would have been on stage. I wish I could have ate that donut. I wish I could have booked that trip. I wish I could have went to my best friend's house for an hour and laughed until before she moved away and went across the country. I wish I should have, could have, would have. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. As Neptune goes retrograde, find the artist in you. Find the creativity in you. Find the imagination in you. When I wake up, when I make up my mind, I wake up. When I make up my mind to find the artist's way, I feel safe inside. I let my heart lead the way. For the rest of Friday, Venus is conjuncting Uranus. The moon is quincunxing Saturn. The moon is quincunxing Neptune. The moon is squaring Pluto reverse, and the moon is trining Jupiter. Friday is a weird ass day, is all I'm going to say. It's packed with a, can you tell? Where's Miss Irene? Is D Stokes in here? Where's the village? Can you tell by all of those aspects? I'm going to tell y'all real quick. Venus is conjuncting Uranus. Ooh, values and money and changes and switches. It may happen. These switches may happen permanently, but it's absolutely going to be a big deal in order for you to locate some type of stability. Is somebody not paying you on time? Is somebody not giving you the right amount of money that they said that they was going to give you? Are they switching up their love on you? If somebody said they love you and then all of a sudden they want to leave you? If somebody said they value you and then all of a sudden they trip you in the middle of the room? Do you understand what I'm saying? On Friday, watch for those little switch ups. Trust and believe. Watch for money coming in. Watch for money leaving. out of nowhere. You forget about that bill? Oh shit, it's tucked underneath the refrigerator. I forgot I had to pay that bill as the lights go off. You understand what I'm saying? Watch out for little switch ups like that. The moon is quincunxing Saturn and quincunxing Neptune, whereas earlier on in the week, when that moon and was opposition of Saturn and Neptune, now there's a little irritation for you to have some discipline about doing your vocal exercises, about working out, about staying on task, about cleaning your home, about doing the to-do list and checking off your to-do list. Now there's a little irritation around that. Now you don't want to do that. Now the confusion on top of the confusion is really bothering you and making you more confused on Friday. Friday is a gnarly day. Walk slow. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I don't deal with good and bads, y'all. I try my best to eradicate those words, especially when I'm doing these rundowns, because it doesn't help us. It's all good as long as we can get through it. You understand what I'm saying? As long as we can learn something from it. So the bottom line is, if you're not feeling as disciplined on Friday, it's okay. If the clouds are coming up over you, walk slowly. It's gnarly because there's way too many different types of emotions and switches and shifts that are happening on Friday that sometimes people will react differently. They'll stand like a deer in the headlight, or they'll try to fight through it and want to swing on everybody that's presenting a different perspective, or they run and hide and become non-confrontational and just want to hide underneath a couch or something. This is my point of giving y'all these transit rundowns. Why? So you can learn how to deal with them. So you can know how it's coming. That's an irritation. Ooh, the moon is squared up against Pluto going reverse. I'm going to feel like I'm a little bit out of power, out of control. I need to control my emotions because I can't identify my power. I feel like people are pushing me off my square. Hold up, give me 50 feet is what we really want to say on Friday with all of these emotions and shifts and aspects that are happening. Give me 50 feet so I can regain my footing, my power. I'm just saying. That's all on July 4th. Who's hanging out on July 4th with all of this shit going on? But then at the same time, here's Jupiter sitting right nice with the moon. The moon is trining up Jupiter. And as we all know, Jupiter is the Skittles planet. Jupiter is a planet that gives us our blessings, gives us our rewards, gives us our optimism and opportunities. Jupiter expands everything that it touches. So it's sitting right nice in a harmonious way with our emotional nature. That is a constellation. For real. That's a prize right there. But it's all for the good if you allow yourself to celebrate the depths and still thrive. Even though we're going through all of these mismatches, these this little gnarly day of confusion and our value being tested and us needing to be as light as possible, treading waters in a deep ass ocean. That's exactly what that is. Ooh, that was poetic and on time. Friday, treading waters in a deep ass ocean while you got a fucking glass of red wine in your hand. You paddling like this, like, oh man. This water's deep. Is somebody coming to get me? And that moon sitting nice with Jupiter is just keeping you happy about it, saying, I mean, there got to be some optimism around here somewhere. Pluto was like, but I feel powerless and out of control out this bitch. Yeah, we know. But switch, here comes the boat. Switch, here comes Uranus and Venus coming together going, switch, here comes some rescue. You dig what I mean? It's so weird is what I'm feeling in my body right now. I said that way too fast. Please ask questions if any of this went over your head. It's 111. Somebody's laughing at me. Roxy, on Saturday, The moon will stay in Scorpio. Yes, it will. And that moon in Scorpio will sextile Mars. Deep passion for getting it done. So now we kind of feel like we're almost back on track. I mean, Neptune is still going to be retrograde. We still may feel a little bit confused. But at least on Saturday, our emotional body, which is the moon, and Mars is how we move. Our motivation will be on the same accord. They will like one another. So there's something to do Saturday. That's the point. There's something to do on Saturday. And if you have nothing to do, find something to do. Go to the beach, take a walk, go wash your car. You understand what I'm saying? Build a goddamn cabinet in your house. You know, put yourself to use. With that Mars being in Virgo, you're going to want to do something practically on Saturday to expel the right amount of energy so you don't get caught up in your emotions with Scorpio. Because Scorpio emotions, Scorpio moon can blow a gasket if it's not presented properly, if it's not executed, if that energy is not expelled. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know any Scorpios? Did I ask y'all that already? Like, for real, Scorpio energy can't hold back. It's going to go from 0 to 60 very, very soon, is the point. At any time, it's like a volcano about to erupt. So you might as well just go out there and expend some energy before it erupts. Does that make sense? Okay. Also on Saturday, the moon trines the sun. Swim in the waters that suit you. You still in the water treading? That was my little comment down here. Swim in the waters that suit you on Saturday. What's up, Kim Sterling? Give me 50 feet. And the folk want me to go stand outside and wait by the Brooklyn Bridge for fireworks? Nah, son. I'm gonna stay home on the porch with some wine. That's right. Why you gonna be out there on the Brooklyn Bridge with all that energy on Friday? Listen, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do what you got to do. Y'all, people are grown. You can handle yourselves. But all I'm saying is Friday is a day in which you might want to be like, tip, tip through the tulips. Let me just walk. My bad. Oh, my bad. And staying happy the whole time. It'll be a little bit of work. It'll be a little bit of work. But it's worth it because Jupiter is on your side if that's what you want to do. All right. Again, Saturday, though, coming back to Saturday, Kim got me a little off, but it's okay. That was fun because I can see you on the Brooklyn Bridge or not on Saturday, right? Come on, get it done with Mars and the moon coming together and with the sun and the moon coming together. Swim in the waters. Now, on Saturday, I'm going to ask y'all all, it don't matter what sign you are, lean into the water, okay? Lean into Cancers, lean into Scorpios, lean into Pisces, lean into that energy. We all got it in our chart. For instance, if you know your chart and you know that your seventh house is a water sign, right? Pisces, Cancer, a Scorpio. The seventh house deals with partnerships. Lean into your partner that day. Y'all get my science? If you have a 11th house, Scorpios, Cancer, or Pisces, right? And you're a different type of sun sign. Don't matter the sign. I'm just talking about your house if you know your chart. And by the way, you can always look it up at alabe.com. That's alabe.com. You need your time, your date, and your place of birth. But if you can locate the water in your chart, you lean into that area, the 11th house. If it's Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, what can you do? Lean into your friendships. That rules the 11th house. Lean into the future, the things that you want to do for the future. Journal about it. You get what I'm saying? This is Saturday. Lean into the water. I can't say it enough. And if you can't lean into the water, get into the water. If you can't get into the water via beach or pool or a bathtub or shower all day, you understand what I'm saying? Drink a lot of water. Go on a water fast. Tap into the water in some kind of way that keeps you flowing. That's the power of the day. On Sunday. What's Sunday? What's Sunday? What's Sunday, you say? All of y'all, everybody that's on here, I don't care where you are. You either going to come to the Del Monte Speakeasy on 52 Windward Avenue in Venice, or you're going to log into Stage It and search Sonja Marie live, all one word, and get ready to see me live. Pay what you can, okay? Why? Because myself, including Cody Chestnut, will be playing. I won't have him on the live streaming, but you may want to come to the Del Monte and see us. And if you are late, You may want to get your ticket if you're in LA. There's like 120 tickets, 130 tickets sold already. And the place only holds 200 people. All right. I'm just saying. And I know it ain't all Sonja's doing. Cody's pretty famous. So I'm very, very clear that dude is helping me to sell some tickets. And I'm very, very happy for that. But y'all need to come through because he's pretty dope. And I'm pretty dope too. All right. So that's Sunday. And let's talk about that day. The moon will be in Scorpio. Good for me on some level. But when it goes into Sag at 6:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 3:06 on the west side of life, that's gonna be the time where Sonja Marie is going to snap on in. Do y'all know why? Let me tell you why. Because that moon in Sag is going to creep on out of my fourth house and go into my fifth house of creativity. And that's when it's time to spark it. That's when it's time to put it on the people in a fire kind of way, right? The moon being in Sag. The moon in Sag is adventurous. The moon in Sag is energetic. The moon in Sag is expansive. The moon in Sag is funny, just wants to have a good time. The moon in Sag is a party all goddamn day. Trust and believe. You want to party with two zodiacs, two signs in the zodiac more than anybody else. I'm going to let y'all know, and I'm going to be the one to say it. Geminis, Sag, and sometimes Leos. Sometimes. If Leos can get the spotlight every now and again, they'll make the whole room shine. If you ain't giving them no attention, then they're going to be a Debbie Downer. But definitely Sag and Gemini are the party starters. Come on, y'all. So whenever the moon is in Gemini, whenever the moon is in Sag, it's a good time to have a party. Remember that. Write that down somewhere. All right. The rest of the day on Sunday, and then we'll be done with this thing because I think I am talking a little too long. I did come on here a little bit later than I usually do. So I'm giving a couple of minutes. What's happening, Jessica? The truth, right? On Sunday, Venus is sextiling Neptune going retrograde. That's interesting. Locating the value and the love in your imagination. Allow the unknown to be appreciated. Look at that, Sonja. Talking about yourself. I'm not going to use myself as an example again. Maybe y'all can see yourselves in these examples. Listen, as we unpack Neptune, remember, Neptune is going, Neptune is going retrograde. When it goes retrograde, it unlocks. You dig? As it's unlocking and it's pairing up with somebody else, it's going to unlock under the vibration or with the vibration of this other planet, which is Venus. Venus is sextiling Neptune that day. So as Neptune is unlocking, we are reviewing our imagination, our creativity on Sunday. We are going back to places that Sonja used to be the dopest ass and still am, right? Going back to them old spots, reviewing them old spots. Here comes the love. Here comes Venus going, oh, I remember that. I love you for that. Here comes Venus going, hey, I can give you some money for that. Here comes Venus going, girl, you look beautiful because of that. Because you are opening up yourself, because you are allowing your imagination to take over, because you are unpacking the child in you. Let's say that again. You are unpacking the adult in you to find the child again. You are unpacking, and thank you, Spirit, getting the armor off of you in order to stand in your soul, stand in your feelings, stand in your conviction to be the spirit that you are. Neptune ain't nothing but spirit, whether it's confused or whether it's in touch and in tune and is being intuitive to anybody and everybody that are out there. That's Neptune's job. It's that subconscious planet, you dig? So as it's sitting there right nice, being, it's flowering, it's going retrograde, it's spewing out all the shit as it goes backwards, right? Here comes Venus adding the love on it as a salve, you dig? Here comes Venus adding money to that, adding value to the things that you are unpacking. This is Sunday. Yo, that feels good in my body. I don't know about you because I know what I'll be doing Sunday. You gonna be there? You gonna be at the Del Monte Speakeasy with me and Cody Chestnut. Please do. Please do. On Sunday, also, that moon, again, is trining Saturn. Come on. Come on with the boldness. Come on with the authority. Come on with the discipline. Come on. The moon, the emotions are setting right, and it's right with Saturn's authority, Saturn's ability to take over. Saturn says, I've been working for this. Saturn says, I'm stepping up to the mic. Saturn says, I have toiled long enough. Saturn says, I have sacrificed long enough. Let's step into this thing. You get that? Oh my God, this is so dope. Also, the moon is trining Neptune as it goes backwards. So if the moon is trining Neptune and Venus is sextiling Neptune, Neptune is being hit on Saturday. Again, blowing apart our imagination to see where it is we need to move towards next, to appreciate the unknown. So if you're not a performer and you can't find yourself in my artistic examples that I've been given, how about see it like this? On Sunday, Neptune is asking you, after you see my show and after you see the live on Stage It, if you're away, Neptune says, sit back and imagine a wonderful, wonderful artistic life for yourself. Now, hey, I'm not asking you to be an artist. I'm not saying you are one. I'm saying, think about art, think about the unknown, think about the unseen, think about the things you need to create, whether it looks like artistic expression or you getting a new job. Creation comes from the unknown. On Sunday, we are being asked to open up, blossom into our unknowns and put some love on it, some value, some stank, some good stank, some good feeling. Squirrel, you ever have those days where you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash, you don't do nothing, and you stink, but it's like the best day ever because you've been sitting there and you've been writing, you've been watching the best documentaries, you've been reading the best books, and you look up, you're like, God damn, it's 8 hours. I didn't wash myself. That's the stank I'm talking about. That creative, inspiring stank on Sunday that wants to come up and reveal itself to you, wants to make itself known to you because it has been unknown for so long. Maybe you forgot. Did you forget that you used to dance? Did you forget that you used to like to paint? Did you forget that you and your grandmother used to make those cute little cupcakes that always looked weird and imbalanced and awkward, that you can now make a business out of them and call them special cupcakes? Did you forget how joyous you were? Creating things, literally pulling things out of the unknown. Did you forget? On Sunday, they're like, yo, stop forgetting and get to it. Also, last thing on Sunday, the moon is opposition Venus. Try not to promise too much, okay? Don't promise too much to yourself. Don't promise too much to other people. Remember to get the proper info to validate the commitment. Let me say that again. Try not to promise too much to yourself or anybody else. Get the information first and then make the plan. Now, why do I say that specifically? Because the moon in Sagittarius, opposition Venus in Gemini, Sagittarius is always promising something. Sagittarius is always promising something. Hold on one second, y'all. So after a curious Friday, by Sunday, the sun will shine again. After a curious Friday, by Sunday, we'll be able to sit, right? We'll be able to sit and allow whatever needs to fall away to fall away. Allow the unknown to come to us. Allow what hasn't been seen be seen again. Taste it. The sun is always shining. Somebody asked a question on IG. So after Curious Friday, by Sunday, the sun will shine again. It's not about the sun shining because the sun is always shining. We're talking about different levels of understanding. On Friday, it's real curious. It's real out of the box. It's real bipolar. It's up and down. It's all over the place. Because sometimes when flowers bloom like that and the petals come out, one petal comes out wild and the other one is barely moving, and then the other one comes out a little bit and then the other one falls off. You understand what I'm saying? There's an unpeeling that's happening. By Sunday, we'll be able to sit in the bloom and go, wow, look at all that's coming to me. Look at all that I have. Look at all that I can create, Alchemist Goddess. You got that? And did I clear that up for anybody here on YouTube? Let's go back to that point I just made, though, so I don't lose my head. The moon in Sagittarius is opposition Venus in Gemini. Last aspect on Sunday. It's okay, pivot, no problem. So the thing about that particular thing is that Sagittarius energy always promises. Sometimes a little bit too much. Sometimes a little bit too much. Why? Because Sag energy is very optimistic. It's very optimistic and it always reaches for the bigger picture. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Oh, yeah, all we need is a couple $1,000s to build that building. Oh, yeah, that car only costs but $2 and I can get it fixed. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That's the moon. That's the feeling to promise something. But Venus and Gemini goes, wait, do you have the information though? There's a balancing that needs to happen. Before you promise everybody, do you even have the understanding? Do you have the information? Have you talked to someone? Have you asked the questions yet? Y'all get what I'm saying? That's Sunday. Be careful of that. Because we all want to promise, we all want to be happy and all want to move through this thing and seem positive because we are, right? But at the same time, we still have to take the practical steps. We still have to adhere to the information that's around us. We still have to be observant and clear as possible while Neptune is going retrograde. That's a lot to digest. So let me leave that. I was told that I give way too much information. And a sweet little feedback that somebody gave me, and I asked y'all to give me feedback. And they didn't say it in a mean way. They said it's just a lot of info. And I probably do. And I understand that. And I'll tell y'all why. Because I get excited. Because there's no one here for me to talk to. And all of this shit is in my head. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to share this. And I got to say this. And I try to get it out as quick as possible. So I don't have y'all on here for 3 hours indulging in what it is I believe is dope as fuck. Western astrology and spirit talking through me. Right? So forgive me, but I'm going to do my best to make it bite-sized. I'm going to do my best to chop it up a little bit. I'm trying to really get into technology a little bit more. So I'm going to do myself to serve it up. But if I don't, y'all, please be patient with me and ask as many questions as possible. Just don't turn it off. And I'm not saying that from an egotistical standpoint, like, please don't leave me. And, stay with me, hang out, subscribe. I'm saying that to challenge you. I'm going to be in your face about it. I'm saying that to challenge you and challenge your understanding and what you may or may not think you know about astrology, but I believe you do. We all know this information. It's innate. You understand what I'm saying? My job is just to pull it out of us. We all know this. Does that make sense? So please be patient with me and please ask a lot of questions. And please, if you really like astrology, do some research and get other perspectives. Okay? Because this can assist you in how you're floating through the world. None of this shit is personal, even though people are assholes and they're mean and they're conditioned to be that way and blah, 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 blah. To be truthful with you, it's all energetic. And we can decide to do other things. We can walk around it or we can walk through it, depending on the day. What's the moon in? You want to fight or you just want to be like, fuck it. You get what I'm saying? Aye. Katina says, I get it, but it helps to take notes. It's really not a lot. Usually about 6 points per week with squirrels every now and again. Okay, I accept that. So you say I'm saying the same things over and over and over and over. The same 6 points over and over and over and over. That's all right. I got you, Katina. Whatever. I appreciate you, though. Great, Mother, Father, God, and all my guardian angels and ancestor spirits. Ooh, cards are just as excited as I am. Boom. Tina said, no, not at all. All just different points per day that follow the aspects. Oh, okay. I was teasing her, but I knew it didn't, it wasn't offensive. It just sounded the way I read it. All right. Y'all want to know what this card of the week is? I'm kind of waiting for any questions if y'all may have any. Thank y'all for letting me go through that powered hour. I felt like I was on a freight train. Again, please come to our show July 6th. Share the information at the Del Monte Speakeasy, or you can check it out via link. All the information is in my description box. All the information is on IG. All the information is on my website at wordlifeastrology.com. I really encourage you to join my newsletter. You can go to my website, and at the bottom of any page, you can sign up, and you'll get all this information via email, because sometimes the algorithm doesn't allow the information to come to you, and you'll miss out. And, it's divine timing. It is what it is. But at the same time, I would love to give you the opportunity to be there. So sign up for my newsletter, okay? And I do not solicit a lot of information because I can't stand that. Maybe twice a month. That's it. I just want to keep y'all in the loop, okay? So here's the card of the week. Ooh, really? Who's going through some guilt out there? So what just hit me about this? Like instantly, as soon as I said, ooh, who's going through it? I heard this guilt around happiness, this guilt around moving forward, this guilt around people and their friendships. And sometimes I want to say things. Sometimes I have to say things and then I don't want to. The human don't want to. What I heard in regards to friends, like we've taken almost a good solid year. Like the point I made earlier of looking through people and seeing people for who they really are. We took a good solid year to try to figure out, how should I rock with them? How should I dance with them? When should I call them? Is it best to be this type of friend with them? Or should we be an everyday friend? Everyday friends are exhausting sometimes, especially the ones that continue to stay in dramatic situations and always have something blowing up. Oh my God, girl. Oh my God, girl. Oh my God, girl. I can't stand them kind of phone calls. Personally, I'm over it. But the point of the matter is that, do we feel guilty for wanting to step away from them kind of connections? Do we feel guilty for the blessings that are coming to us and our flower literally being, I'm gonna pick another one they said, our flower literally being in bloom? Do we feel like, oh my goodness, I can't do this because, I'm just saying, Rob, you here, honey? I sent you a message back. I hope you got it. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's read this and talk to me for a little bit, y'all. If y'all got the time, I got the time today, a little bit of time. Kamau's coming in this week. I don't know how happy I get when that young man comes around me. I swear to gosh, he's the best. And I swear, I could just talk. I just love Kamau. Anyway, he'll be here soon, so I have to get off here so I can call him. But let's talk about this guilt first. Let me know how this lands for y'all. And I think I'm going to pull one more to round it out. Listo? Guilt is one of the most destructive emotions in which we can get caught. If we have wronged another or gone against our own truth, then of course we will feel bad. But to let ourselves be overwhelmed with guilt is to invite a migraine. We end up surrounded by nagging clouds of self-doubt and feelings of worthlessness, to the point where we cannot see any of the beauty and the joy that life is trying to offer us. We all long to be better people, y'all. More loving, more aware, and more true to ourselves. But when we punish ourselves for our failures by feeling guilty, we can get locked in a cycle of despair and hopelessness that robs us of all clarity about ourselves and the situations that we encounter. Hey, you are absolutely okay as you are. And it is absolutely natural to go astray from time to time. So just learn from it, move on, and use the lesson not to make the same mistake again. Ashe. Or possibly that's it. Maybe this week will bring out the wild side in you, the wild child in you, your old habits that you may end up feeling guilty about. Maybe, you see an old boyfriend at a house party or something, and you'll end up in the garage for about 20 minutes. I'm just saying. Sonja, Lord have mercy. Don't feel guilty. Maybe it's just what you need to say, this ain't gonna work. Or maybe it's just what you need to say, I miss you. I'm just saying, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. We all growing, we all evolving, we're all moving through this thing. Would y'all like me to pick another one? If you do, please say yes. I won't get offended if you say no. If you have to go, you can go. But if I see a bunch of yeses, I'm gonna pick another one. This was an interesting card to read. Again, I want to know how it lands for y'all. Kim said, no, you don't want me to read another one? Or you saying no to the dude in the garage for 20 minutes? Kim, don't get with the dude in the garage. Alchemist Goddess says yes. Lacey Alexandra T. I like that. Lacey Alexandra T. Says yes as well. Center Vision. Okay. I got another one because I don't want to leave with the guilt. For some reason, that didn't feel natural. Maybe that was just like a little reminder or something. Y'all get where I'm coming from? Y'all smoking what I put in the pipe? I'm just saying. Again, yeah, let me put the cards down before I pick out the same card. The guilt thing, you got to get over because we got to evolve and we got to leave some of these people, and or we just have to deal with them differently. You understand? Sometimes we can deal with them, especially in Cancer season, we can deal with them with compassion. We can look through them, not with disgust and knowing that we don't want to be with them too much longer, or we don't want to be their friends or too much longer. We don't want to work at this particular job. We can look through the situation and go, wow, this really served me. This really helped me in a time that I need. Oh, look at her. She's really trying. She just wants to be seen. She just wants to be validated in this moment. I should just go hug her and walk away. Like, utilize this moment by seeing the compassion in others instead of feeling guilty for not wanting to be around, feeling guilty for doing something different, feeling guilty for growing and evolving when others are not, or when others just are too lazy, because that's what I feel in this moment in time. A lot of us are just lazy. If you're not growing up, you just lazy. And I'm calling you that in your face. You just lazy. That's it. You don't want to move. You'd like to stay where you are. And if that's all right, that's all right. If that's all right for you, that's all right. But just get out of the way and stop fucking with everybody else who wants to move. All right? That's all I'm saying. Let's pick another one, Spirit. Because that was a harsh little, not harsh. Let me rephrase that. That was a pill to swallow. And we're just wondering if you have another message that you want to pull through for us to learn from, to grow from, to utilize alongside of that guilt feel. What else do you want to share with us today? Thank you very much. All right. Here we go, yo. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go. Understanding. I love this. I love this card because after you get rid of the guilt, now you're understanding. Look, see all the birds up there? And look at that. Uh-oh, hold on. I'm trying to get y'all to see the picture. It's a little glare. See all the birds up there? This is a beautiful card. Just can't see it that well. I love this because after the guilt subsides, there's understanding that needs to happen for yourself or for others. I was just explaining that. I was just explaining the guilt. I mean, the compassion through the guilt, which comes up as understanding. Say what? Say rock. Listen. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The bird pictured on this card is looking out from what seems to be a cage. There is no door, and actually the bars are disappearing. The bars were an illusion, y'all. And this small bird is being summoned by the grace and the freedom and the encouragement of the others. It is spreading its wings, ready to take flight for the very first time. The dawn of a new understanding that the cage has always been open and the sky has always been there for us to explore can make us feel a little shaky at first, but it's fine and it's natural to be shaky. But don't let it override and overshadow the opportunity to experience the lightheartedness and the adventure alongside the shakiness. Move with the sweetness and the gentleness of this time. Feel the fluttering within. Spread your wings and be free. Ashe. Spread your wings and be free. After you kind of subside off that guilt trip, allow Neptune going retrograde to disappear the bars. If the bars were an illusion, Neptune has all the responsibility for that because Neptune keeps that illusion going. But as Neptune is going retrograde this week, it is asking you to disappear the bars, to see that, listen, them bars was never really there, that you were a prisoner in your own shit. Or maybe that's where the guilt comes from. Because as the bars are disappearing, you're recognizing you held yourself in your own captivity. You held yourself in your own basement. You understand? And everybody else is outside like that card, right? Like all the birds are up there going, come on, it's time to go play. What you doing out here? We've been out here all day waiting for you. We need you on a double Dutch rope. I just went back to my 9-year-old self. What you doing in the house? Come on. We got things to do, is what those other birds are saying. We got people to love. We got convictions, spiritual convictions to stand on. We have our hand at changing society right now. It's time for us to put the mark on where we're going. Instead of looking at everybody else and expecting the government, your mother, your family, your friends, your man, your woman, your children to make it better for you. They're not. They're not. Disappear those bars. That cage that you kept yourself in, waiting for somebody to bring you the miracle. The miracle is you, boo-boo. The miracle are the decisions that you need to make right now in order to walk forward into this better life. The blossoming is happening. And guess who is in the center? You. You are the flower. You are the bee. You are the nectar. You are the stem. You are the air that keeps it all encompassed in the wind. You are it. You. So why not live like it? Fuck that guilt. Fuck what other people can and cannot do. They don't live your life and you don't live yours. You can't be responsible for what other people do and don't do and say and don't say. That's not your job. That's not our job, y'all. Am I preaching on the way out of this thing? Any quick questions? I'm about to go. I pray that it is resonating, Lacey. I really, really do, because we don't have time for this shit no more. You know? There's way too many people out here talking bullshit and nonsense, you know, and people following that bullshit and nonsense for us not to get back on our stages, whether it be a literal stage or on this virtual stage, or write the books that we need to write, or cook the food that makes everybody happy, design the clothes that makes us fly, write the books. You understand? We don't have time for all of this. Are you entertaining them? Are you? With some responses for them to understand you? Oh. You want them to understand what your new life is about so they can stop teasing you for living your life. That's not their job to understand you. Nobody can understand your walk but you. I don't care if they lived in the house with you throughout the same goddamn life, from birth to now. It don't matter. They don't know your walk. They don't know your spirit. They don't know your conviction. They don't know why you came here. Everybody is following that North Node. What's yours? What's your North Node in your chart? Do you know? Look it up. ALABE.com. See what your North Node is in. That is your purpose. That's your destiny. That's where you're headed. Okay? Stay on your mark, y'all. Please and very please. I thank y'all for listening. I really, really do thank you for being here and entertaining me and my antics. And my antics. Ooh, Roxy, I love that you have a North Node in Taurus. It's time for you to get that money this time, girl. You came this life to make some money, to be of value. That means your South Node is in Scorpio, and that means you're tired of the drama in your life. So stop being the drama so you can get what is yours. And I say stop being the drama because you're a Scorpio. If you're a Scorpio and your South Node is in Scorpio, you know how to be dramatic. Switch to be your North Node. Look it up, North Node in Taurus, Roxy. All right. I didn't mean to give you a quick read, but it just hit me like that real quick. All right. See y'all later. See y'all Sunday. And actually, I am going to be on here on my birthday for a quick hour, y'all. So hopefully you can come through on Monday, next Monday, July 7th, just so I can say hi to you. And you know why? Without giving y'all too much information, every Monday, y'all keep me up. Y'all keep me going. Y'all keep me looking forward to doing some things. You know, I'm human like we all are. And we do have a job. This is my job. It really is. And I take it on. But there's some days I don't want to do this thing. And when I come on here and I see that you're getting so much out of it, even if one person just puts yes, yes, y'all, I feel like I hit something. And I feel like I did this for a reason. You keep me going. So on my solar return, I want to give back to you in that way. Okay? Why do I want to cry? I have no idea. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Adios. See y'all next week, and I hope to see y'all Sunday, okay? Be good to yourself. Bye. Peace.